of, hey, let's write our own music. I'm Jason Eastwood, composer, guitarist, musicologist, and you know, that song I just played is an instrumental, one of the most famous instrumentals of all time in rock and roll history. It is written in the 1950s by a guy named Link Wray, and it's called Rumble. And there's no words to it, it's an instrumental, but it's still, you hear that? You still know it as a song. You've heard this before, probably on TV shows and movies. And today we're going to talk about instrumental music. Because before you can write lyrics to a song, or sing to it a lot of times, you need a melody and maybe a rhythm and chords. So in rock and pop music, a lot of times, rhythm is more important than the actual notes, right? This is just two chords. It's really two notes. Right? And then you get the drums doing this. Over and over, and that's the song. Now, of course, when you add the chord, when you play, instead of just one note, we play that note as a chord, which means two or more notes at a time. It's a lot heavier. So today we're going to I'm going to play you some instrumental music that I wrote, and I just want to inspire you to maybe pick up an instrument and write your own instrumental. So the first thing you need, and we talk a little bit about this in the series 1, improvisation, part 1 of this series. But what you need is a melody. A melody is just like we sang happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. That's the melody. Just the da-da-da-da-da-da. Just an organization of pitches in a rhythm, right? So let's see, another famous song you might have heard is Stairway to Heaven, right? That, and then repeat. The thing is, a melody, if it's good sounding, you can repeat it over and over and add different words to it. So there'll be that's how the song will start, and then of course the band will come in, and the guitar player Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin will play these chords which go with it, and then together. That together, and you got there's a lady shore, all that glitters is gold. We'll talk about the lyrics and words next time, but really you just need a melody. So, and you can write that melody, and you can sing a melody over a few chords too. That's how you can play the chords and the melody at the same time. Now, I've been playing guitar for a long time, so I do a lot of finger picking, so I can play melodies and play the rhythm part, the bass, or the chords at the same time. Now, this first song I'm going to play you, this is called Late for an Early Breakfast. I think I'm not sure why I wrote that title. I think it's got kind of a hurry up kind of feeling to it. And you know, that's what you want. You want your songs to convey a mood or a feeling or an idea, and you can put a title to it, right? So I came up with this melody that goes. And then I put the bass and the chords to it, and it sounds like. So I can play it like two instruments. I got the bass. That's what your stand-up bass player would be, or your electric bass player. But your chords, and you can do that on piano too. That's why there's two hands. But so I'll play the song, and hopefully you enjoy it. And just Then we'll talk about a couple more instrumentals. There you go. So you can hear there's a form to the song. You know, it's got the first part and then the second part, which is, that's a good thing, is you can think of songs or melodies or anything you're writing in threes. So you've got, like, you know, maybe a verse and then a chorus and then a bridge for a song, you know. So there's three different parts. You got verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. We'll talk about that maybe more in the next installment when we talk about songs. But this is songs with lyrics. This is instrumental. So I'll play you another song here. Now sometimes the songs can be a little more abstract. In jazz, they're usually, you kind of get some nice sounding chords and you can put together more than three parts. So it's a little more free form. You can have a little more liberties with it. So this song's called Magic Hour Blues, and it uses a lot of weird jazz chords. But you can still hear how it's a song, and it's instrumental. So there's a melody and there's chords all combined. So here we go. So that one's called Magic Hour Blues, and there's obviously lots of my theoretical knowledge and practice from playing guitar for a long time that goes into a song like that, but it's more of the feeling. You can use whatever notes you know. If you only know one chord, if you only know two notes, what you do is try to mix those notes up and try to express a feeling in sound. Like that one's called Magic Hour Blues because it was the winter, and it was around 5, 6 o'clock when the sun goes down. So there's that really kind of, the sun goes all like in that twilight period where it's shining blue on the snow. So it's that blue kind of snow hue, and it's just that magic hour for photography. So I thought, wow, this is a really magical kind of time. And I just kind of just felt like, you know, those kind of feelings and tried to write them into my guitar playing. So that's it. That's where the name comes from. So it's basically, you know, whatever you think is you want to express, and you try to come up with something that expresses what you want to express. And there's no right or wrong. That's the great thing about music. Now, I'll play you another song. This one is called Summer's Over. So it's a little sadder one, but you know, bittersweet. We get to go back to school and see our friends, but we have to go back to school and see our friends. We have to go back to school. So I mean, depending on what you think of school, and we all love summer, but anyway, here's Summer's Over. kind of song because that is in a minor key. You know anything about keys if you take music lessons? Or basically, you've got two sounds in music. You've got minor, which is kind of sadder sounding, and then you've got major, happier sounding. So it's got to tune up here. Instruments always go to tune, so you got to keep a tuner on you. Try to keep it tuned. So this last one is more of a happier song, and this is called Big Prairie Skies. It's kind of like, this one I imagine, you know, you're just coming back. I was driving back from the mountains and to back into the central part of Canada with the prairies, and nothing opens up like the skies in the prairie, so it's just nothing but big blue skies. So that's got this kind of sound, and I'll play that for you right now. Here it goes, Big Prairie Skies. a nice sounding one in a major key. So there's some instrumentals for you, and our next part of the series, we're going to involve some lyrics, some singing, and that's part 3 of Hey, Let's Write Our Own Music. So I'm Jason Eastwood, and I'll see you pretty soon for part 3.